Imagine stepping into a room where the air is so still you can hear your own pulse. Across from you stands a man who doesn't need a script to be dangerous. He doesn't need a director to tell him how to hurt someone. He is Benny the Jet Urquidez, a world-class kickboxing champion with a professional record of 63 wins, 0 losses, and 57 knockouts. He is a literal killing machine in human form. And then, there's Jackie Chan, the Stunt King, the man who turns a stepladder into a shield and a jacket into a trap. Jackie is the master of performance. But on the set of Wheels on Meals in 1984, he wasn't just performing. He was stepping into a cage with a predator. This wasn't just Hong Kong action. This was a collision of two completely different worlds. The world of competitive blood sport and the world of cinematic perfection. Today, we're going behind the Gothic walls of that Spanish castle to reveal the tension, the pain, and the sheer survival instinct it took for Jackie to face the Jet. Welcome to the breakdown of the most intense duel ever filmed. To understand the suspense of this fight, you have to understand who Benny Urquidez was at that time. In the early 80s, Benny was the gold standard of full-contact karate. He was terrifying. When Sammo Hung, the director, and Jackie's big brother decided to cast Benny as the ultimate villain, the stunt crew was nervous. Why? Because Benny didn't know how to pull his punches. He spent his entire life training his muscles to go through the target, not stop an inch before it. When Benny arrived on set, he brought a level of intensity that changed the atmosphere. He didn't just walk, he stalked. He didn't just stare, he hunted. Jackie, who was used to the rhythmic opera-style choreography of his Chinese peers, suddenly found himself facing a man whose movements were explosive, direct, and devastatingly real. The suspense wasn't just in the movie, it was on the set. Everyone was wondering, can Jackie actually keep up with a real-world champion? The cameras start rolling in the grand hall of the castle. The lighting is moody. The shadows are long. Benny is leaning against a table, cold and calculating. Jackie approaches. Bouncing on the balls of his feet, the fight begins, and within seconds, the crew realized this was going to be different. Benny's speed was legendary. His spinning back kick was so fast it was almost invisible. There is a moment in the first few minutes of the duel where Benny lands a kick to Jackie's ribs. It wasn't a movie kick. It was a world champion kick. You can see Jackie's face contort in genuine shock. He wasn't acting, he was winded. He was feeling the power of a man who had knocked out 57 professional fighters. The suspense here is palpable. For the first time, Jackie looks vulnerable. He isn't the funny underdog anymore. He is a man fighting for his life against a superior physical force. Every time Benny misses a punch, you can hear the whoosh of air. He was swinging for the fences, and Jackie was forced to elevate his game to a level of speed he had never reached before. As the fight progresses, we see the Stunt King fighting back with his greatest weapon, creativity. Jackie realizes he cannot outpower the Jet, so he has to outthink him. This is where the choreography becomes a game of high-stakes chess. Jackie uses the environment. He slides across tables. He uses chairs as obstacles. He changes his rhythm constantly to mess with Benny's timing. But Benny stays focused. The Jet represents the iron discipline of the ring. He doesn't get frustrated. He just gets faster. The technical brilliance here is that they didn't use any camera tricks. No fast-forwarding, no shaky cam. They filmed it in wide shots. Why? Because when you have two masters of this caliber, you don't need to hide anything. You are watching two of the fastest human beings on the planet trading blows in real time. The suspense comes from the fact that at any moment, a mistake could result in a trip to the hospital. No discussion of this fight is complete without talking about the candle kick. Benny throws a spinning back kick that misses Jackie's face by a hair. The kick is so powerful and carries so much air pressure that it blows out the candles on a table, several inches away. Think about that. That wasn't a special effect. That wasn't a gust of wind from a fan. That was the raw physical energy of Benny Urquidez. This moment is the ultimate proof of why this fight is the GOAT greatest of all time. It shows the level of danger Jackie was in. He wasn't just dodging a foot. He was dodging a shockwave. It's the kind of survival that makes your heart race even 40 years later. By the end of the fight, both men are exhausted. The sweat is real. The heavy breathing is real. In the final sequence, Jackie lands a series of rapid-fire strikes that finally bring the champion down. But look at Jackie's face in the final shot. He doesn't look like a proud victor. He looks like a man who just survived a plane crash. Off camera, the story was just as intense. Jackie and Benny actually had some friction during the shoot because they were hitting each other so hard. They had to be pulled apart at one point, but that friction is what gave the scene its soul. It wasn't pretty, it was gritty, it was painful, and it was perfect. They eventually became great friends, but for those few weeks in Spain, they were true rivals. Why does the Unbeaten champ versus the Stunt King still matter? Because it represents the peak of human capability. We live in a world of green screens and digital doubles, where anyone can look like a hero. But Jackie Chan and Benny Urquidez didn't have that luxury. They had to be heroes. This fight taught us that cinema is at its best when it's honest. When the pain is real, the audience feels it. When the speed is real, the audience is breathless. Jackie survived the jet because he refused to quit, and Benny pushed Jackie because he refused to hold back. Together, they created a 5-minute sequence that will be studied as long as movies exist. If your heart is still pounding just thinking about the candle being blown out, then you belong with us. We are building a community of people who appreciate the real. We don't care about superheroes. We care about the real human legends who broke their bodies to show us what was possible. We are documenting every punch, every stunt, and every story that shaped the world of action. Here is how you can support the dojo. Subscribe to the channel. Join the squad. We are diving deep into the history of the greats, from Jackie Chan's most dangerous falls to the raw power of the legends who dared to fight him. Notification bell. Don't miss our next breakdown. We're going to look at the rematch between Jackie and Benny in Dragons Forever and see how they tried to top their own masterpiece. The Masters Debate. I want to hear your scorecard. If Jackie and Benny had fought in a real kickboxing ring, how many rounds do you think Jackie could have survived? Or could his drunken creativity have pulled off an upset? Let's argue in the comments. Share the power. Send this video to a friend who thinks modern action movies are realistic. Let's show them what real speed looks like. The castle doors are closed and the jet has landed, but the inspiration remains. Thank you for watching, for respecting the legends, and for being part of this community. Stay fast, stay creative, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.